So,
Oh man.
speaking of people who shouldn't be in politics, Hillary Clinton's new memoir called "What Happened."
I mean, this is a joke, right?
Did you see President Trump's tweet?
I haven't.
Yeah.
So great. Like this is. I could not believe when I heard that she had a book coming out called "What Happened."
Yeah.
I thought it was a joke.
No.
Like this is unreal.
And it's even worse than that because Democrats are pissed.
Oh,
that
yeah.
She will just not go away.
Well, did you see? I normally avoid Stephen Colbert like the plague, but I did watch.
I don't give him viewership.
Yeah, it's I can't stand it.
Every time I criticize his video clips, part of my monetization on my YouTube goes to the CBS.
Yeah, so yeah. That's,
So why am I going to help pay for his?
Yeah, but I did watch today. Actually, he had Bernie Sanders on, and he literally threw up Bernie Sanders. He's like, "Listen," and we're going to talk about it. You know, what was in her book about him.
Yep.
And he had a pretty good response. Basically, he's trying to like basically looking past. Like we don't want to look back at 2016. We want to move forward, but it's basically
MSNBC
like
taglines.
He's just, how can she? She wears the pantsuits, but now we know she has the balls.
Yeah.
To say that. He ruined her chances.
There was,
like, are you serious? Debbie Wasserman Schultz, anybody?
Evidence of her colluding with the DNC to push him out.
Yeah. And she has the balls to say he screwed her. Like, he didn't run a dirty campaign. As much as we disagree.
He's honest.
Yeah, as much as I disagree with Bernie Sanders on so many of his policies, I will say
every single
every single thing. I will say he is honest. Like I believe he believes what he's saying.
Yeah.
And he's probably one of the most crooked people from the most crooked family in politics is blaming him for her.
Well, let's not forget his wife and daughter in their Burlington College incident. So he's pretty crooked in his family too.
Yeah,
but the Clintons.
Oh, they don't hold a candle to the Clintons.
I just actually heard today that that all the living presidents right now, so Trump, Obama, both the Bushes, and Clinton, and Carter. Maybe it's 6.
Mm-hmm.
Carter's not dead yet, right?
I don't think so.
Shucks. I think it's 6 then that are involved in getting together and raising money for a charity for Houston, right? And all I thought immediately when I heard that was, cool. Second thought, don't have the Clintons involved because the Clinton Foundation screwed over the charitable causes and actually used it for personal gain.
Yeah, right.
That is literally what they did.
Yeah.
I think it was like 10% actually went towards charitable causes.
Yeah.
The rest went back into their pockets and campaign contributions, pay-for-play things with other countries and everything. I mean, like, I would keep Bill on the circuit speaking for the cause. Keep him away. Don't give him the PIN code to the account.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh my God! But just to have a book called "What Happened," I mean, could you wallow in your own self-misery for how long are you gonna?
It is a constantly ongoing pity party for her.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So anyway, according to the Daily Mail, after a report on Clinton's criticism of Bernie Sanders, who isn't ruling out another run in 2020, Representative Jared Huffman wrote on Twitter, "Please, Hillary, don't go there. I supported you. Bernie showed restraint and class and ran aspirational campaign. Politics is rough sometimes." He also added, "She's got every right to tell her story. Who am I to say she shouldn't or how she should tell it? But it is difficult for some of us, even like myself, who've supported her, to play out all these media cycles about the blame game and the excuses." Well, this is the best part. One unnamed Clinton surrogate and fundraiser told The Hill, "The best thing she could do is disappear. She's doing harm to all of us because of her own selfishness. Honestly, I wish she'd just shut the F up and go away." Well, we've been kind of saying that since the 90s.
Yeah, right.
You know?
The other thing, too, that I feel like is nobody's really talking about is when you see someone, whether it's in sports or in politics or whatever, when you see how someone handles a loss, I feel like you're given a glimpse at what they would have been like as a winner, or how they would be as a leader. She's just awful.
Well, first of all, she was at the Jacob Javits Center for her celebration.
Yeah.
That never came.
Yeah.
And refused to come out of her room and face
her supporters.
All the supporters that gathered there.
Yep.
Right? And
all her voters. All the people that voted, watching on TV, everything. Like, she just...
And there's also reports that she trashed that hotel room. Right?
80s hairband style.
Yeah, yeah.
All the furniture's glued to the ceiling.
except it was because the fire of hell came up from underneath her and it just fused the furniture to the ceiling. Oh, man. So Senator John McCain actually jumped in, too, a friend of Clinton's who also ran for president. And he said, I respect and admire and am a friend of Hillary's. But with these kind of things that happen in life, you've got to move on. You've got to quickly move on. Friend.
Yeah.
Which explains a hell of a lot when it comes to John McCain.
Yeah.
Clinton has added another name to her long list of grievances about those who cost her the election, this time singling out energized... This is the best. This is the best thing. She singled out energized anti-Trump women marchers for failing to deliver before her historic loss. Clinton referenced the throngs of protesters who took to the streets of Washington and other cities in the Women's March shortly after his election, but her thoughts moved from the calls of resistance to Trump agenda to why they hadn't summoned that same passion for her own campaign. So
someone be more self-involved. Like, everything is about her. Oh my God.
Take that, you feminists.
Yeah.
Where the heck were you for Hillary?
Yeah. You
should have done more for Her Majesty. So another passage in the book reveals how former you can't make this stuff up. It's so bad. Another passage reveals how former President Obama, still in many ways the leading figure in the Democratic Party, gave her bad advice the night before the election. His bad advice was, "You've got this. I'm so proud of you." What a bastard.
Oh, man. She really was sitting blindside. I would have given anything to be a fly on the wall in that room.
At least a surveillance camera. I think flies would have been
There's gotta be
subject
footage.
to getting hit by something.
Yeah. Just turn into a monster. Just Hulk out.
Yeah. That got you wears those pantsuits. Pulling a Bruce Banner. So Clinton makes efforts to understand her loss in her book, accepting some blame, even while pointing the finger at others among the list, including her rival Bernie Sanders, and actually going after former FBI Director James Comey for shivving her.
Yeah.
Shivving. I like it. Shivving is this prison type talk. She must be anticipating the end, ending up there for all the scandals and lies.
Yeah.
So she's getting used to the prison language.
Subconsciously, she recognizes her own criminality.
Orange is the new black.
Yeah.
They just had 2 seasons ago. I don't think I've watched the most recent season, but like some celebrity chef or something like that, blonde woman, go into that jail. She should be on the show. It actually should be a reality show of her going in.
Yeah.
Oh my word.
Oh my God.
Hillary, you may not have given us the presidency, but you give us laughs.
Yeah. I kind of like want to read her book.
No way.
I just want. It's like, you know how we've said before, at least for me, if I'm ever having a bad day, I love going back and watching videos of the election night. You know, everyone anticipating the win and then realizing the reality that was about to happen. I feel like her book is just a book of that from her perspective.
Yeah, and then the people, her supporters, like that one woman who made the art display of the confetti that she gathered that never released from the broken glass ceiling of the Jacob Javits Center.
I heard too that like her first book signing stops we're gonna be like Michigan and Wisconsin. Really, Hillary? Really?
It's going to be I think it's going to be a failure. Like,
oh my God!
Look, okay, first of all, Democrats are saying just shut the F up.
Yeah.
You know, and then on top of that, like, who wants to read a pity party blame excuse game?
Yeah.
Not even her supporters want to read that.
No. Oh God.
Oh my word.
It's hilarious.
Okay, so this is actually one of my favorite stories.
Man, we're topping Hillary?
No, yeah, in a good way, though. So we'll move on to a politician that actually seems to be doing the right things and is a stark contrast to the muddy, murky, dark, and evil embodiment that is Hillary Clinton hulking out. Bill, where are you? He's next door in another hotel room. We won't go there. So according to she's banging on the walls, he's banging on the walls, completely different things. Furniture everywhere. Oh my word. Okay, anyway.